I'm not taking it.
So Judge,
You can go back and tell them again. They're not going to tell me what to do on a probation violation. I don't know what the probation violation is. If he beats up his mother, he's probably going to jail. If he's driving around without a valid license or doesn't have a license on his person or has an expired license, I'm not sending him to jail.
I understand.
No amount of print that they're going to put in here is going to tell me to do it. People against John Grant Dutton Jr., 25T703059. Mr. Dutton, your name?
John Grant Dutton Jr.
73824 on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Who wrote this up?
so Judge,
Your name?
good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
So when you write minimum 18 months probation, it makes it sound like it's a sentence agreement.
So Judge, in this case, I understand the court isn't normally inclined to accept sentence agreements, but in this specific case, it did go through the chain of command at my office, and that plea form was written up by a supervisor. And it was based off of the understanding that it would be a sentence agreement. And so I would respectfully request the court.
They want us to take them in our sobriety court. They're putting that in, and I don't even know anything about this. I mean, what?
So there was my understanding based off of.
I'm not doing a sentence agreement on a sobriety court case for this reason. If he goes through the bond phase and he doesn't make it, if it's a sentence agreement, I have to let him withdraw his plea if we don't take him in. So I don't know why they feel like they have to do that on misdemeanors.
So
they don't think we're hard enough, or we're too hard, or not hard enough.
No, it's not that, Judge.
Well, what is it? I mean,
so my understanding is because the defendant is a habitual offender, there is just a chain of command from our office, and there's special guidelines that
was the officer hurt in this case?
I don't believe so.
Your Honor. Sergeant Marcus.
Come on up here.
Sorry, Your Honor.
You're fine.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Sergeant Marcus, Trent Police. No, the officer was not injured in this.
What happened?
So they responded to Mr. Dutton. The allegations are Mr. Dutton called 911, requested to go to jail that evening. Another phone call followed that when the officers responded to kind of take care of him. He was highly intoxicated. At that point, he made a conversation that he wanted to go to jail. They told him he didn't commit a crime. He subsequently steps off the porch and swings at one of our road sergeants.
He's got armed robbery convictions and everything. I don't.
Again, Judge, the defense made a request. It went to my supervisor. The supervisor responded with the plea that you have in front of you.
What'd you call Beth in? Violation of terms resulting in jail. I hate when they do that. They're not going to tell me what to do on a probation violation. If they want to determine what happens to defendants when they violate probation, they're in the wrong profession. They need to be a judge. I'm not doing that. And then they include these other terms here that say if there's police contact. What if he pulls them over for expired license? And the guy comes in and pleads guilty to expired license. I've tried to tell people this for decades. I'm not going to be a party to having some prosecutor here, there, or anywhere else tell me what I'm going to do. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do. I don't know how many times I have to say it.
I understand.
Well, you don't understand because they keep doing it. Apparently they don't understand. I've had conversations with them. I am not about to box myself into a corner where somebody's stipulated agreement written in small print is going to put me in a position where I have to send somebody to jail that I don't think deserves jail. Now, maybe he does outright. I don't know. I don't know enough about the case. But not this no police contact. So he has an improper plate. That's a misdemeanor. He doesn't have his license on his person. That's a misdemeanor. And they want to tell me I got to send the guy to jail. Your name, please.
Elizabeth Osprey.
I want to ask a question because I remember we couldn't even take a domestic violence defendant into sobriety court. And they've relaxed that rule. But violent felonies, correct? We cannot put them in sobriety court. Am I right or wrong about that?
You are correct, Your Honor. They are actually leaving it up to the discretion of the judge.
I'm not taking in, so somebody should have known I'm not taking armed robbery defendants into sobriety court. I'm not doing it.
There's no charge of armed robbery here, Your Honor.
He had an armed robbery conviction. Listen to me.
15 years
I know
ago.
it was a long time. I don't care. He's got an assault with intent to rob while armed in 09. He's got a
Yeah, I
felony
should
firearm.
mention.
You don't interrupt me. In 09, he's got an armed robbery conviction and felony firearm in 09. He's got a retail fraud in 24. He's got a 25 impaired. Now look. Off violation of items, terms resulting in jail. No, I'm not taking it.
So
You
Judge,
can go back and tell them again. They're not going to tell me what to do on a probation violation. I don't know what the probation violation is. If he beats up his mother, he's probably going to jail. If he's driving around without a valid license or doesn't have a license on his person or has an expired license, I'm not sending him to jail.
I
And
understand.
no amount of print that they're going to put in here is going to tell me to do it.
I understand.
Yeah, I know,
We
but it
can,
gets frustrating when I tell people this 100 times. And I still keep getting them. They change prosecutors and I get the same plea agreements. You're all set. I don't know that I won't, but they're gonna have to work on their terms.
can we amend it and to committing no crimes instead?
I'm not gonna, I have told your office multiple times how I feel about this. I'm not getting into doing that now. You could take it back to them and tell them what I said. They're not gonna tell me what to do in a probation violation. Ever.
I understand.
They're not. I mean, I've said to Mr. Bresnahan and others, do you tell circuit judges what they're going to do when there's a probation? I mean, does your plea agreement set forth what's going to happen in the event of a probation violation? I don't think so. And they're not going to hamstring me by saying sobriety court, but if he commits a crime, which can include, like I said, no ops, you have to send him to jail for the balance. That's what I was getting. This one doesn't specify how long. Look, I take this seriously. And when I get a stipulated plea agreement, I'm not going to say yes and then do something different. I'm not. So you guys can go back to the drawing table. If they feel that uncomfortable about this, then send them to circuit court.
Your Honor,
He can go, he can, hang on. Don't interrupt me, Mr. Carmen. He can go up to circuit court. They can plead him to a 1-year misdemeanor there. And he can do all those things. They can put him on there. And if there's a circuit court judge that has no problem with it, God bless him. I got to go home and sleep. I'm not going to let people tell me what to do, period. And I've had this the last discussion I'm going to have with your office. Last one. Don't send me garbage telling me what I'm going to do on a probation violation again. I'm telling you. Go ahead and smile. It would be funny if I hadn't had to have this conversation at least 48 times.
No, I understand. And respect
Okay,
your
well, I know. I've had it with every prosecutor that's been in here since, in the last 15 years, it seems like, and they keep sending it back to me. So I'm adjourning this 1 week, and you guys are going to figure it out. And if it
Your Honor, can I
isn't
please
resolved,
speak?
I'm not taking it,
Can I
Mr.
please speak?
Carmen. No. I'm not taking it. I'm not having people tell me what to do. That's not their function.
I was going to ask if we could just waive him and bind him over now in the case, and we'll.
Whatever you guys want to
Circuit
do.
course.
You want to do it, do it. I could care less. I could care less. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, please.
Where's that file? All right. Mr. Dutton, your lawyer tells me you wish to waive your right to a preliminary examination on this charge. Is that true?
That's correct, Your Honor.
If you waive your right to an exam, you'll automatically be bound over for further proceedings to the Wayne County Circuit Court. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that how you wish to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you understand by waiving your right to an exam, you're waiving the requirement that the people show that the crime was committed and that you were the one who automatically committed, you were the one who committed the crime, and you'll then be sent to Detroit, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, waivers accepted. You're bound over for further proceedings. You're out of custody. It was a $10,000 personal bond. April the 8th. April the 8th. I'm sorry, April the 8th. Where's the bind over certificate? You see it? Mr.
Your Honor, wouldn't that be
AOI
for
date
April
will be
1st? a week from
April
today?
the 8th. No, it's going to be 2 weeks since he's out of custody. April 8th, and bonds set in the amount of 10,000 PR. No objection to continuation of bond, counsel?
No objection.
All right, so that'll be the date. Good luck to you, sir.